Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Alonso Romero. I'm currently a senior in high school and I'm about to graduate from Bureche School in Santa Marta, Colombia. This video is gonna be all about my graduation project, which I like to call Recovering Society's Sense of Humanity. Welcome! So I want to start off giving a little background as to why I decided to do this specific capstone project and why I want to study psychology. So ever since I can remember, I've always been known as the advice giver in my friend group. People often come to me for talking or just for me to give them advice, and I always see it as a win-win situation for both of us. Not only do I get to help people, but I also learn from their experiences and mistakes, so we both grow. I've always loved it. I always love to give advice for my friends and help them whenever they need it. So I discovered that psychology is actually a career that can help me do this even better. It gives me the tools to understand the human brain, emotions, and behaviors so that I can help people build emotional intelligence and have a better mental health. So when I started to think about what I wanted to do with my capstone project relating to psychology, I started to look for problems I found in society and more specifically my social circle. I had no doubt that I wanted to focus on the dehumanization of society. What I mean by this concept is that people are prioritizing money and power over their own humanity, values, and mental health. I thought this was a very worrying subject and I really wanted to tackle it on my capstone project, and it had a lot to do with mental health and psychology, so it was perfect. The ultimate goal I want to accomplish as a psychologist is to give values, mental health, morals, and feelings the same appreciation and importance as power in society. I'm really passionate about this topic. Not only do I find it very interesting, but I also believe that a good mental health is the base in which every society should be built on. It results in progress, stability, and growth. And so my capstone project is really focused on that, on helping Bureche students be aware of the importance of their mental health and helping them develop more tools so that they can have better relationships with themselves and with other people. I want to say something really quick before we head into the details of my project. If you still believe that money is the most important thing in the world and that mental health has nothing to do with it and is really not that important, listen to this. According to the Economic and Social Research Council, depression, anxiety, and other psychological conditions cost the UK an estimated amount of £77 billion a year. So you might want to listen to what I have to say about mental health. If there is something that I've learned with all of this process is that often things don't go as planned. Sometimes the circumstances that we're in just don't let us pursue the original plans that we had. And that's exactly what happened to me with my capstone project. I really don't believe in coincidence, and what I'm about to tell you is really going to confirm that. Our entire school year with Miss Trina was focused on resilience and adapting to change. I know, right? It's like she totally just knew what was going to happen and she prepared us for all of the situations that we're living, and I'm extremely grateful for that. The original plan I had with my capstone project was to do workshops with the students in Bureche, do surveys, and really interact with them on a personal level. I also wanted to do an online blog where I would post research and reflections about mental health and the stuff I was researching for my project, and I also wanted to do an Instagram page where I would post stuff about mental health and psychology. Unfortunately, the situation we're in with social distancing, quarantine, and the pandemic, I wasn't really able to do everything I wanted to. It wasn't a thing about planning. It wasn't an issue of planning or time management. It was really about the circumstances I was forced in. And I was really able to adapt to it thanks to everything I've learned this school year. So this is what I did. I ended up doing a survey with the students from high school from my school, and that was really the starting point for my project because I was able to know where I wanted to aim and the points I had to tackle, the things they weren't really informed about or the things that they needed to improve. And that's why I did it at the beginning, so I knew what to research and what to post on the Instagram page. I ended up merging everything I wanted to do in just my Instagram page. The name I decided to give my project and my Instagram page is Eunoia, which means beautiful thinking, a well mind. I thought it was perfect for my project. It just summed up everything I wanted to accomplish with it and the message I wanted to get through to the students and the people that followed me. So it was perfect. In this Instagram page, I posted reflections, research, tips, and motivational messages for my followers regarding psychology and mental health. And this project turned out to mean so much more for me than just my graduation project. I ended up finding myself using a lot of the tips I gave for my followers on my daily life, and a lot of the research I made for the project has made me find meaning and understanding a lot of things that I find in my life. Not only did I post stories and pictures to my Instagram page, but I also made an IGTV video with a friend of mine from 11th grade called Maria Jose Zuniga, and in that video, we gave tips for our followers so that they could be mentally healthy during quarantine. And it was very helpful for our followers because a lot of people have told me that they've applied it to their daily lives, and that was really helpful for me as well, because at the beginning of quarantine I wasn't really doing my best, but the tips really helped me. So I knew that I was actually doing something with my project, and I was actually helping people and making change for the people that followed me, and that really meant a lot for me. So that was really when I found out that I was creating something so much more than just my grade and just my graduation project. I was actually helping people live a good life and have better mental health. The lessons I've gathered from this experience can be divided in two: what I've learned about psychology in my career path and what I've learned about myself. In regards to the first one, I can say that this project has enhanced and confirmed my interest for psychology and for the human brain. It really is my passion, and I'm falling in love with the role that psychology has in our society, and I cannot imagine myself studying anything else. I have created a solid base of knowledge surrounding this topic, and now I can say that I'm actually ready to start a university career, which sounds surreal to me because time flew by so fast. Now, regarding to what I've learned about myself, I have various things to say. I've never been the most confident person. I often put myself down and I doubt my own abilities. But this project has helped me discover virtues and qualities in myself I've never seen before. I have learned to value myself in so many different ways. I've learned to accept my flaws and recognize my goodness. In this process, I've also learned to be more vulnerable and open to other people. I've always considered myself to be very strong and self-sufficient when it comes to my problems. But in this project and the research that I've done have taught me that relying on other people and letting them know how you feel is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of bravery and confidence. I've gone from quietly observing and listening to other people to expressing myself and just learning to love myself more and more each day. I also gathered so many tools that will be useful for my future life, not only professionally but personally as well. Resilience, patience, gratitude, trust, determination, responsibility, time management, discipline, vulnerability, and emotional intelligence are just some of the virtues I have gathered throughout this entire process, and I could not be more thankful because of everything I've learned. I started my senior year thinking that my capstone project was going to help me learn new things and create an impact on other people, but I would have never imagined that I was going to bring so much knowledge, passion, and lessons to my own personal life. I know I will continue to research and learn more and more about the topics I discussed in my project because they are extremely interesting to me. And this capstone project was the starting line to an endless journey of self-discovery and evolution of both my career path and myself. I'd like to finish off saying thank you to all of my classmates for being part of this journey and encouraging me to be my better self always. They are truly an inspiration for me. I admire so many things about each and every one of them, and I wish them the best in whatever they decide to do in their future. And last but definitely not least, I would like to say thank you to my teacher, Miss Trina. You have become so much more than just a teacher to me. You've become a support system, you've become an inspiration and a friend. I really cannot put into words how thankful I am for having such a wonderful teacher in my life. You've taught me so many different things, even when you don't notice it, even outside of class. And I know that I'm not really the best person to show that, but I really respect you and I really admire you as a person. I admire your huge heart, I admire your feelings, I admire your vulnerability, and I really love that you're so invested in your students' life, not just because you want them to succeed academically and professionally, but because you want us to be good human beings. You're truly one in a billion, and I wish you nothing but the best. I'm really gonna miss you, love you, and your class was really life-changing for me and for so many of us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my whole process and my journey, and I encourage you to follow your own process and journey in whatever you feel that moves you and that just motivates you to do something for the greater good of humanity. Bye.